Hey Bulls, it's the Sherpa here. Wanted to go over a couple things just as we're approaching midweek and see how you guys are liking it so far. I just want to be very clear. The trend in the market right now is very, very bullish. Probably about, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is about a 9. Okay, a lot of bullish and high sentiment in the markets, and we're not going to fight it this year. We're going to ride it. We're going to keep the gains that we're already up. I'm actually going to look at one thing right now. What are we at Bitcoin? The thing I wanted to communicate to all my customers and subscribers is that we've already made, since February 1st, we've already made, as of today, we've already made 17% in Bitcoin. Since the portfolio is published, it does look like it's going to run. And this is where you can take the most out of our channel here. My channel here is that the individual professional portfolio, just to tip you off, had some Bitcoin exposure in it. I told you that before I published it this year. Same reason it beat the market in 2021 and 22. So I want to have that exposure for you. And now that we've already made that money, this is not an official trade. You don't have to do this. I'm watching it every day, so you don't have to, but you can always put a limit order underneath what it's at now. Some people even buy my portfolio and they take the 25 stocks, the 20 stocks, or whatever the allocation is at the time that they purchase it, which is the same as everybody else, to have, that starting point, to have a little bit of some type of, what I would call an alt, or just an alternative investment outside of the stock market, right? That thing's already made a bunch. You can do this with the whole thing. You could actually put right now a stop limit order, or just a limit order, 5% underneath the price of everything in your portfolio, and you'll never lose the 18 that you've already made, okay? Or whatever that stock is. So I wanted to highlight that. Sorry to get on my high horse there, but we got to keep moving. The Substack, I gave you guys 8 ways to trade Apple, or to get out of Apple more wisely. I was a big fan of selling the puts that I published there on the Everbullish and main reason for that is, if you've seen what happened this week, it kind of stopped and stalled, and it'll probably go back up and it'll probably come back down. But we're just out on Apple because we own that other stock that's in the portfolio as its replacement, as I explained before. So as far as Uber, this is a big one. So I gave you guys the published fund profile manager on Ray Dalio. I'm bullish now on Uber again. It's not in our portfolios. If you're a trader, add that to your ready list. It will be on the Sherpas list, which comes out next week. And Ray Dalio, by the way, that book, Principles, is just one of the most incredible reads ever. And if you ever need to kind of maybe get back to basics, I try to do it all the time. Not the best at it, but it's a good way to just kind of get your life back to basics and kind of reorganize how to make your day more efficient. The out-of-the-box interest rate arbitrage revisited. I've already got figured out what I'm going to do here for y'all, but this was just an example. It got a lot of stir, which I appreciate, but this is something that I've had my friends do. I've had my family members do. I have personally done when I was managing money, and sometimes, off the record, you go, hey, if you have this extra 200 grand and it doesn't contribute to your retirement portfolio, and you've already had all your child savings and your wills and your trusts and estates and your business and everything we need to do for you already taken care of, I just, here's an idea. Interest rates are low. When they ask me what to do with free money, I tell them. And I'm telling you, it's not free anymore, but this was back when you could get a loan very easily at probably less than 5%. This was 4 years ago exactly. And I just said, hey, you got 200 grand over here. Why don't you take 50 of it to the bank? Or you don't even have to take it, but show them that you're essentially in a financial position enough to just get what they call we call it a rider on your name. Just get a loan. So you take out a loan for 50 grand. They say that you got 200, you could pay it tomorrow, but they get to make that small amount of interest. So what's in it for them? So you basically get a free $50,000 that you have to pay back at any time at 3%. Well, if you deposit that at a brokerage firm, you could always basically double that. You put in a 50,000 into margin, and you put 50,000. It'll give you 50,000 in cash. That's a second loan. That loan is only at is a 3% margin rate for over $1 million, right? So if you have over $1 million with the firm, we're happy to give you, at the time, we're happy to give you a 3% margin rate. All right, now you can just, instead of paying that loan back, you could just buy ExxonMobil. At the time, it was yielding 7.5%. It was trading at a PE below its historical average. oil was down in the dumps. We all knew that this is a good time to buy oil. It just maybe 10 years and it may be a month. We just got a rotating revolving line of credit from your bank. Why don't you buy 50,000 of Exxon in there and you just cover the interest on both of those loans just by the dividend of Exxon, and then it'll appreciate, right? We hit break even on that like less than a year after that started. So loans paid off, you got all your money back, and you still own roughly $50,000 worth of Exxon. Anyway, cool little interesting way to think outside of the box when you're trading, when you're learning how to trade and when you're trading. And don't forget what's right under the pillow. So that's there for everybody, all y'all. You have it. That's why credit is so important. Don't forget that all the portfolios are for sale. Everbullish, we're very bullish on the market going forward. Just a real quick recap. No one's going to do this for you. So many people my age I'll run into and I'll explain what I have here. And they go, no, I already have a guy. Well, he's not as good as me. And his interests aren't as aligned as me. My interests are aligned. He's making this portfolio and you learn this stuff as well as it possibly can so I can make a measly $20 a month or $200 a year. We're scaling this thing and we're doing it for you. This is for your benefit. Everbullish.com, the Sherpa, everbullish.substack.com to see what all the hoopla is about. And thanks for reconnecting, guys. This has just been really an incredible thing to get Everbullish back rolling and to have all my subscribers back. 83% of subscribers, paid subscribers, have come back and volunteered to pay. Learn what it's all about. Everbullish.com. I'm the Sherpa, AFG, LFG, LGR, and let's just go make it a good day, guys. Go kick some ass.